love maths?
Well, I started loving maths right from the time I remember when I was a child. I remember when I was 10 years old, I used to love maths in the school, and I used to always get very good grades in maths, and that always encouraged me to do better in maths. And right till the time when I was a student in the school and the college, I used to love maths.
So then how did sort of loving maths become mental arithmetic to you?
Well, what happened is, since I was very good at maths and I got into an engineering college, I was doing my engineering, but because of financial problems at that point of time, I had to look for some source of income. Now in India, we don't have part-time jobs for students who are studying at college. Unlike in other countries where children get a chance to work. In India, if you have to do something, then it has to be something which is related to education. So I started tutoring children when I was studying in the college. And because maths is a potential subject, because a lot of children have problems in maths, I started tutoring maths. And this is how my passion for maths got more and more developed, and I got more interested into it. And when I started teaching maths, I realized that I was blessed with a tremendous ability to make maths look very easy. In fact, my students used to come and say that, wow, the same thing which my teachers taught in the school used to be so difficult, and you make these difficult things look so easy. So these type of compliments gave me a further push, and I started liking the subject, and I started doing more and more research into how to make it easy.
So then how did Maths Show itself come about?
Yes. Now, when I was tutoring my children, I realized that when it came to calculations, some children used to get stuck up. Now, that was a time I realized that if I could do something where I can make these calculations easy for them, then it would be really a blessing for the children. So then I thought of developing some easier methods. I read the books based on Vedic mathematics, fraction word mathematics, and other things. And I found out that there are some easy methods, easy shortcuts by which these calculations can be done. So I started practicing them because I realized that if I have to impress the children, first I have to be very good at maths. So I started practicing these methods and I became very fast. And then I demonstrated these methods to the students, and wow, it worked on the first day. Children really loved it because it was different from the conventional mathematics. And then I thought that if I am able to do this for 50 students in a class, why not magnify this and do it for 500 students in an auditorium? That would mean I would get more famous. It would give me a check because I am speaking in front of 500 students. So one day I decided that I will perform not in front of 50 or 100 students, but in front of 500 students. So I booked an auditorium and I announced the Maths Show, and I invited all the people, students from different schools, and they came, and it was a tremendous success right from the first day.
Fantastic. So when you were teaching yourself mental arithmetic, do you use your own methods, or is it a method you've learned that someone else found?
No, definitely it is not my own method. It is based on the principles of Vedic mathematics. Some methods are based on traction word methods. Traction word is another mathematician from Germany, and he had developed some methods. Some of the methods I have simplified it, which are already there in the book. So I wouldn't say that these methods are something which I have developed, but yes, to a large extent, I have simplified it when I explain them. So children find it very easy to understand. Like if you did a book on Vedic mathematics, or you did a book on traction word mathematics, and if you give it to a 9-year-old or a 14-year-old child, he would get bored. Not all of them would enjoy. But I simplified these further, and I made it so easy for them, and my Maths Show became so easy for them that they would enjoy and they would understand. They wouldn't come to know when they would follow it.
So it's not just Maths Show, is it though? You also do Mind Sports Olympiads.
Yes.
So how are you feeling about, how have you done in the past at the Mind Sports Olympiads?
Yes. Now, what happened is when I started doing these calculations and Maths shows, then I realized that there are many people in the world who are also doing these type of things. Though I was a little different from them because I teach these methods. Not most of the mental calculators, they don't teach, they just do it for their passion. But for me, along with me practicing these methods, my passion is to spread these methods. My passion is to create more people like me who would become as fast as me or maybe faster than me. So when I started reading about them on the website, I realized that they have competitions every year. So I started participating in these competitions. So there was a competition in London which was organized by the Mind Sports Olympiad. So I participated in that competition also, and I finished 6th in that competition.
So are you going to be doing it again this year?
Yes, I intend to do it again this year, and I will be participating every year or whenever I get a chance to do it, because it gives me a different kick. It's so exciting. You meet so many people from different countries all over the world. You get to learn a lot of things, because when you are in India, you feel that wow, you are fast, but when you go outside and you meet so many people, you realize wow, you've got a long way to go, because there are people who are really faster than you.
And you're also taking your children this year,
Yes,
is that right?
I'm taking my children this year. My daughters, they did participate in Germany last year, and they really finished in a very comfortable position for their age. And they were the youngest participants at the Mental Calculation World Cup in Germany. And definitely I will be taking both my daughters this year for the Mind Sports Olympiad. And I'm also persuading my wife to participate in the Mind Sports Olympiad this year.
A family affair. So what are your aims for your children with maths?
Now my aim for my children in maths, of course the first aim is that I want to spread the feeling that mathematics is fun. Mathematics is easy. There is a phobia attached with the subject. A lot of children, especially in the Western countries, have a fear towards maths. Maths means like a challenge for them. Now, I want to spread this message to them that no, maths is easy, maths is fun. I am planning to do this work to spread this message, and I feel that my children will also be contributing in this field, because when I teach them along with me in schools, when I do mathematics very fast, or when I do calculations very fast, fine, children are impressed, but they feel, okay, he's a 35, 40-year-old man who is doing it. But when my children do it, when my daughters do it, when my son do it, they start relating to themselves, saying, look, if that 10-year-old girl can do it, why not me? Look, that 7-year-old boy can do it, why not me? So when my children do it, the other kids start relating to themselves, saying that, wow, even I can do it.
But how about more specifically for your children? Do you want them to be world champion in
Yes,
maths?
definitely. I would aim that they should get into the topmost positions as far as the mental calculations are concerned. But I'm not sure what life would turn for them, because they are still in the nascent stage. They are just 10-year and 12-year-old. So I do not know whether once they cross 16 or 18, their interest in mathematics would be the same, or they would want to pursue something different as a career. Although I would wish that they should pursue mental calculation as a career. But as you know, when children grow up, they may have their own choices. But I would definitely say that one thing is for sure, that feeling is in them, the passion for maths is there in them. So one thing which I know, whatever they do in life, but they will be doing mental calculations.
So how often do you practice your own personal mental arithmetic?
I practice practically once in 2 weeks.
Sorry. So how often do you personally practice your mental arithmetic?
I practice generally twice or thrice a week for 30 minutes or 45 minutes. But the practice becomes more intensive, maybe 2 or 3 weeks before any major competition at the world level. So then it probably becomes daily 30 minutes or 40 minutes, depending upon how I'm placed, where I'm traveling, or how much free I am.
And when you're practicing yourself, what sort of practice do you do? I mean, who tests you and how do you do it?
Yes, when I am practicing myself, I always try to practice square roots. I like to practice 8-digit multiplication with 8-digit, or I like to practice squaring a 4-digit or a 5-digit number orally, because I feel that these are the things which are very difficult, and one needs elaborate practice to keep doing it accurately and fast.
So do you decide the numbers yourself, or?
Yes, I just make my own questions. I make my own questions and I get them printed on the computer, and I then just practice these worksheets. Yes.
How often does your family practice?
Well, my children, like my eldest daughter Pooja, Kinjal and Karthik, they practically do maths every day for 20 minutes or 15 minutes minimum. sometimes they do more. I mean, I'm talking about mental calculation. Maths as a subject they do, because maths is a subject in the school, so they have to do their work. But